eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you.
Involved in Changemaker Schools.
How do you get involved? So it started in Ashoka, the organisation I work with, works across about 80 countries around the world. And the Changemaker Schools program started in the United States around 3 years ago. And we launched it in Ireland about 12 months ago, so 2014. Yeah.
Do you like your job?
I absolutely love my job.
I love my job. And my favourite part is coming out and visiting the schools and meeting you guys. This is my absolute favourite part, and I'm so excited. And this is my first visit, my first visit.
Yeah. So I've been working for about 3 years in Ashoka, and the favourite piece around what I do is just working with people. They're just fascinating, and you get to meet so many different kinds and working with great people. Yeah.
Do many schools have a Changemaker Schools status?
Only 5 at the minute, but the hope is that we'll elect maybe another 6 or 7 this year. And the goal is to really share the stories of what's happening in that group to inspire every principal and every teacher around the country to think differently around how they can give the best education to young people.
What is Ashoka about?
Okay, that's okay. So Ashoka is an organisation that has been running for about 35 years, and a big core piece of what we do is we make financial and social investment in entrepreneurs. But they're entrepreneurs that have businesses or non-profit organisations that are solving social challenges. So that could be in healthcare, it could be tackling mental health, it could be around disability, it could be education, it could be political transparency, very, very broad. And we have identified and elected over 3,000 social entrepreneurs across 89 countries.
And growing.
And growing. So we have 13 Ashoka Fellows, is what we call them in Ireland. And they're the most fascinating, driven entrepreneurs you'll ever meet. And what's amazing is that they're changing something positively as well.
And they have many similar, I suppose, character. Character as the Changemaker Schools.
Yeah.
You know, they're doing similar things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Similar great ideas.
Yeah.
What do you think is the key factor in Changemaker Schools?
Key factor. What do I think? I think the most important piece, particularly at the primary school level, is empathy. Because every child and every baby is born with a lot of empathy because it's a natural thing. But school, because young people spend so much time in school, it's so important to learn how to relate to other people and understand what's happening. And for me, even where I work and at the age that I'm at, and even in 20 years' time, I think regardless of the emphasis on technology, relationships are never going to be replaced. And I think that's really important. And it's something that needs to be practiced, and I don't think everyone understands that. Bar Changemaker Schools.
What made you want to be part of this project?
Ooh, I'll tell you the truth. So why did I decide to lead the project in Ireland? Partly because running the Irish office, I didn't have a choice because it was a priority, but that's not the reason why I wanted to do it. I went to what people might see as a very good school, so I was privately school educated from the age of 4, and I hated it. And I hated it because it was very academic. I was told in 5th class, school isn't a place to ask questions, it's a place to listen. And that was always stuck with me, and I was miserable. And if it wasn't for my parents, who saw that I had skills that maybe weren't, I wasn't getting the results in school, but saw that I was actually bright and stuff like that, and they were the ones to encourage me. And I would have loved to go to Changemaker School. So there's nothing more than I love than going to see these schools and being so grateful that there's parents and teachers and principals in this country that are doing amazing stuff with kids, because I don't think I have that.
Yeah.
Who started up Changemaker School?
So it would have been, so do you remember I spoke about the 3,000
Yeah.
social entrepreneurs? So of the 3,000 of them, 700 around the world are working with young people. So people between the age of 5 and 25. And they're from, these entrepreneurs are from Asia or Europe or the US or further afield, speaking different languages, working in completely different cultures.
And incredible stories as well.
Yeah, amazing stories. And but we did a bit of an exercise where we were seeing what was connecting and uniting them all. And what that was a particular skill set, which is empathy, leadership, creativity, and teamwork. So we wanted to figure out how can we accelerate the work that they're doing and bring it straight to education, which is where the Changemaker Schools program came from. So it was a mix of people around Ashoka that designed the program, but it was launched first in the US.
What advice would you give other schools if they wanted to start up Changemaker Schools?
What advice would I give them? I think the most important thing is it's a culture thing. So it's not about just taking a program and throwing it into a school. It's very much around the leadership in the school. It's about all of the teachers. It's about the role of all of the students. It's about the community, and it's about the vision for that school as well. So it's a longer process if the school hasn't begun to think that way. But the biggest hurdle is wanting to. And I think if you want to, well, then a huge amount of change can happen. But it's definitely not just around a couple of programs in a school. It's much more deeper than that, more holistic, I think. Yeah.
It's a whole school approach as well.
What did you think of our school today?
I loved your school. It was amazing. It was wonderful being greeted by you both coming in the door. I was like, whoa. After being in the car for an hour and 45 minutes, it was such a, an injection of enthusiasm that I needed. I absolutely loved it. It was amazing.
I love my two boys to go here.
And what immediately struck me was how caring you are of each other, because you're in classes with people that are, younger than you, particularly you both as some of the older students. I could see that the younger people who were like 5, felt so looked after, and you're all so confident, and I think that is amazing. And that's the thing I lacked in school, was because I was told I couldn't do something. So it kind of chips away at you, where I think confidence is so key. So well done.
And a certain person over there believes in you.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that makes all the difference. It really does.
Thank you very much.
No problem. So